Okay, welcome back. So now I'm going to put a mask in here. I've put this layer, duplicate layer over top, and I'm going to mask this. But first, I'm going to do the mask on another piece of furniture I'm going to put in this room because I think masks are a little confusing, and I think with this chair, it will just become a little bit clearer than doing it in this page. Okay, so I have this lovely chair, and it's a little low resolution, okay? So you can't add anything to something that isn't there, as I've spoken of before. But let me just take the eraser tool for a second here. And actually, before that, I'm going to create a new layer, hit the little plus button to create a new layer, or I could have gone up to new layer here. And I am going to select that whole layer, and I am going to fill with my foreground color, 100%. And then I'm going to drag this to the back, just so it gives us a frame of reference. So I am going to bring this point down, my brush down a little, and I'm going to show you, excuse me, I'm on the wrong layer. When I am on this chair, if I go and fill that in, you can see the quality of that line. If I go in here first, before I do that, and I go to image size, and I increase the quality of my image to 300 dpi and say OK. And now when I go and I use that brush, I'm going to get a cleaner edge, okay? So it looks terribly blurry now, but since I'm adding something in here, I'm going to get a cleaner edge than having a chunkier edge. Okay, so I am going to take off all of this eraser and bring it up to, I changed the image size, okay. So now what I want to do is I am going to create a mask. So while I'm on this layer, I am hitting mask, okay? So a little refresher, whatever is black is going to be what is taken away, and what is white is what's going to be showing. So I am going to take black and take a paintbrush first, and I've got the black as my foreground color. And while I'm on my mask layer, which is attached to this chair, I am going to paint over this. I'm going to go back and make my hardness 100%. And I am painting over this chair with black. And so you can see that there's black, but what's happening is I am actually, with using black, it's almost like I'm erasing this background. So now I'm going to zoom out of here, and I'm going to use the magic wand tool, which lets me select large areas of the same color in one full swoop. So you can see it's selecting this white in the background, but it's not selecting underneath this chair because that's a different color. So I can hold down the Shift key and continue to select areas, or I can just say, all right, let's delete that for now, meaning actually not deleting, but actually filling it, edit, fill with black, 100% black, okay? So what's happened is it has filled in black in the back of my mask. And then I can go in here and see the way I've got this nice clean edge. Do you remember how it was a little bit chunky and fudgier before? But because I've increased the resolution, I'm not going to have a chunky edge to it, okay? So I am going to find my paintbrush, and I'm going to make this a little bit smaller to get into this small area here, and I am painting with black on the areas that are now white. So it works a little slower than the actual paintbrush because it's doing a lot of more background tasks. So I am going to put this on hold and I'm going to finish this up and then bring you back in. Okay, so you can see that I've continued cleaning up around this chair. There are still some areas that are white that I'm going to leave for now because being I have a mask, I can go and enhance it more later. So I'm going to show you, again, a little reason why the mask is helpful. If I am working with my black here with my brush and I cut in a little bit too much, I can go and switch to the white. I still have my paintbrush here and I can paint in the other direction the white so that I can recover what I may have been too aggressive in uncovering. So I can get in there and get a nice clean edge, okay? So now I'm going to zoom out of here and I have my layer here. Oops, sorry about that. I have my layer here that is locked, okay? So I am going to copy this layer. I'm going to go back to my sketch and I am going to paste. And so there is my chair. Okay, so I am going to turn this layer off for a moment and revisit the mask that we're going to make for this wallpaper. So I'm going to show you again. I have put in this wallpaper and I did skew it, but I haven't really trimmed it terribly well. And I'm going to do that with the mask. So I'm going to, so one of the things I did, I copied this layer. Sometimes I like to copy a layer I'm going to work on so I don't accidentally harm it, which is why we create masks too, but I like to have double protection there. So I am going to go in here and I'm going to create a mask with this layer. So again, I'm clicking the mask here. And what I am going to do is basically, I think this will work. Sometimes this doesn't always work. When you've drawn a line, I can use that tool. Okay, see the way I have all tried to select this white area, but it bleeds in over here because it can go all the way to the edge of the paper. Let me try going over here. So you can see here it's filling in different areas. Let me try clicking in here. So this probably isn't going to work very well. So I'm going to abandon that plan here. Doesn't very often work with sketching. I am going to go and select this area here. And I'm on my mask. See the white line around it. And I am going to go up to fill and fill 100% black. So there you see that 100% is filled in. And now I am going to take my lasso tool. So I've been having you use the polygon lasso tool. I actually like to use the lasso tool because I can go back and forth without changing the tool to a straight line or a round line. I'm going to zoom in here and show you how I do that. So I can click on Option and I can go and click, 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 and then I can let go of the Option key and I can actually start to draw curves, or click the Option key and click again. So that's something that takes a little finessing and getting used to working with. So now I can go and hold down the Shift key and actually add to what I was doing. Sometimes it's a little tricky, so I can go and usually it's my round line, sorry. So I'm saying sometimes it's a little tricky. I'm holding down the Shift key and Option key to grab more. And then I'm going to go up again to fill and fill it with 100% black, which is filling in over here, and it's starting to reveal my wallpaper there, okay? So now let me go up here and grab actually I'm going to go back to my tool here, my Lasso tool, hold down the Option key, and boom, boom, boom. I should have done it all along. Just go ahead and use this tool. Okay, and I'm going to fill with black. Okay, so you can see I've roughed out this shape here. So what I'm going to do now is drag this layer. I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to drag it down onto my wallpaper. So this layer here, in case I'd accidentally chopped anything or whatever with it, I kept it. There, okay, see when the blue line surrounds that, then actually it has brought that down. So I can get rid of this now. And so what I have done is I have created a mask on this layer so I could use it as a template because I couldn't see with the wallpaper there, and then dropped it down to here. So I don't really need this layer here anymore because I have it down here, right there. But again, I like to just copy and paste an extra layer in case I need it. Okay, so now you see the wallpaper is hanging over here, and I want to show this edge here. So what I can do is I can take my paintbrush and make it white, which would be doing 0, 0, 0, 0 if you need to do it that way if you want, and say okay. And so then I can go in with my paintbrush on my mask, and I'm going to make this a bigger tool. I'm going to keep the hardness there. Click to unselect that, and I can go, and I am not on the right area, sorry. Got to make sure that I am clicked on my mask. And so when I click on my mask, I am peeling away by using the white, or if I switch and I use the black, I start to fill in. So I want to show this pencil line at the edge of my wallpaper here. Okay, so I'm going in here and clicking on that. I think my mouse needs to be recharged. And so then if I go too far, I can toggle back and get the white. Sorry, you can see I can go back in and fill with the white. Okay, so I am going to, again, click out of this, maybe recharge my mouse, and come back in here and show you it all done. Okay.